If you've made the decision that you are ready to buy your first home, maybe this is even going to be your second or third home, you're probably feeling a little overwhelmed. You're feeling confused. You're not sure what the first steps are. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that you are not alone. That almost every person who starts this process feels the same way that you do. And it's so important when you are learning about the home buying process that you look for someone who has the heart of a teacher and not the heart of a salesperson when you are learning how the whole process works. I'm Megan Marsh, co-founder of Keystone Alliance Mortgage, a mortgage broker and loan officer. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you in under 5 minutes the steps that it takes to go from decision to closing on your new home. We do have a longer version. If you would like to see each step broken down, you can see that series in our How to Buy a Home video guide that you can click right here in the video above. Otherwise, let's get started and go through the steps in under 5 minutes. So step number 1 is just making the decision that you want to buy that house, or you want to sell your house and move up because you need a bigger home. And so making the decision means you need to feel great about your decision and then find your team. Finding your team means you need to get professionals to help you with this process to make the right decisions. You'll need to be picking your mortgage loan officer. You'll need to be picking a real estate agent, and they're going to help you then pick some of the other people in the process, like a home inspector and the appraiser. And then step number 2 is you want to go to that loan officer that you're going to be looking at options with, and you want to get pre-approved. Not pre-qualified, but pre-approved. It is most important that you provide your documentation to the person that you're going to be working with. And a lot of you probably feel the most comfortable walking into the bank that you have your bank accounts with. And I want to strongly urge you, if that is how you're going to be getting approved, to get a second opinion. It is so important. This is the biggest purchase, the biggest asset that you are most likely going to own, that you find someone who will give you options like a mortgage broker and not just go to one bank with one option. Step number 3 is, now that you've gotten pre-approved and the loan officer has walked you through how much you qualify for, how much money you're going to need and what the payments are, you're going to start looking at houses with that real estate agent. You're going to tell them your wish list, the size of the house, and they're going to start sending you emails of houses to look at. The biggest mistake that I see people make in this part of the process is if you haven't decided on a realtor that you're going to be working with. I see a lot of people, especially first-time home buyers, calling the signs of different houses. And what that means is that you don't have anyone who's looking out for your best interest. When you work with a realtor who is doing what's called a buyer's agency, they know what you want and they're going to fight for you what you want, what you need, and they're going to help you get the exact things that are most important to you. So as you start looking with that real estate agent and they're showing you homes, once you find that house that you know is the one, it's the one you've been waiting for, or at least it ticks off 7 of the 10 things on your wish list, you're going to want to make an offer. And hopefully that offer does get accepted, and then the race begins. And the race begins because the next step, step number 4, is getting your loan application done. Now, I'm just going to do a little side note to you. Between writing the offer and making your loan application, between these 2 steps, this is where you're going to be parting with some of your money. When you write the offer, you're going to be writing a check for what's called the deposit, or the earnest money deposit. And that is, you are writing a check that's going to go towards the total amount you need, but it's telling the seller, hey, hold this for me while I apply for my mortgage. And I've seen that amount between $1,000 to $5,000 is what I would say is normal. You're also going to be writing a check for the home inspection. That's about $500. And then when you make the loan application, you're going to go to the mortgage loan officer that you felt most comfortable with, the one who walked you through everything. You're going to want to also, they're going to have you write a check for the appraisal. So the loan application has lots of steps. And how long does it take is what most people want to know. The national average is about 50 days, but there are definitely mortgage loan officers out there who, depending on your loan product, could get you closed in somewhere between 35 and 45 days. If you have a much shorter contract, know that everything's going to be crunched and consolidated, and it's even more important that you provided that documentation when you got pre-approved or immediately. So that allows us to move into step number 5, which is the mortgage process. So after you made mortgage application, then you're in the process. Your mortgage, your rate got locked, your information was sent to underwriting, and the big relief is when you get that email or the call that says your loan is approved. That means the bank says, we're going to commit to giving you this money as long as you get us X, Y, and Z. And so it's really important in this stage that you give all the documentation that's asked for immediately. You may feel like they're asking you for things twice, but just provide everything. And then the last piece in this process is what's called cleared to close. And cleared to close means all the I's have been dotted and the T's are crossed, and the bank is willing to go to closing and wire the money there so you can give it to the seller. So getting that cleared to close moves you into the final step, step 6, which is getting your keys, going to closing, signing all of the deeds and the mortgages that get recorded, and you have officially become a homeowner.